Hey guys, just going to do a video. I came up with an idea. I decided what I wanted to do is I was going to go back through my collection and break it up into parts and share that with you and kind of go through and show you the different covers I have and why I have so many of the same book but different covers. And I was going to do that via the different stories and then maybe the collection separately. So I figured I would start at the beginning. So in the very beginning we had what I call the Holy Trinity of Stephen King. Carrie, Salem's Lot, and The Shining, his first three. And I got a couple of these books that you can see where they do all three of them in one, the three complete novels. Now this is one of the ones that I have, and I love that cover on there. But this one's also kind of fun because it has a misprint in it. It jumps from like page 260 or 199, and there's like the pages are out of order to 243. So I think that's kind of cool that it has a misprint in it. So I'm happy to have that in the collection. Then we have the Barnes & Noble Carrie, Salem's Lot, and Shining one with, there's the bucket of blood and the moth, and then Stephen King on the back, and then the inner cover looks like that. If you don't have that in your collection and you have a Barnes & Noble, or you can go online and get them. I want to say they were originally 50, but I think they may have been marked down to like 25 or 30, so it might be worth checking out. And then this one's kind of cool too. This one's a little bit different because it has Salem's Lot, Carrion, The Shining, of course, but it also has the night shift stories in there as well. And it's got the picture on it from the Kubrick movie, and that's the picture of King on the back. So was happy to get that. I actually won this one at an auction on eBay. And it cost me under $5. It was like $1 for the book and then $4 for shipping. I got it at the last minute. Somebody tried to outbid me, but I got it for super cheap, so love it. So then let's go to Carrie and take a look at Carrie. So the different books that I have for Carrie, we have, of course, the movie tie-in with Sissy Spacek on the cover, and then that on the back. I also have the movie tie-in for the 2013 one with Chloe Grace Moretz, and I'm going to kick myself because I love her, but Julianne Moore, there we go, as her mother. I thought was fabulous in that movie. I actually think that movie doesn't get as much love as it probably should. Is it as good as the original? No, but I really think her and Julianne Moore did an excellent job. And then we have this cover of Carrie. I have this one. And then I do also have this one, which is pretty much the exact same cover, only it's a bigger book and a slightly different back. I have the hardcover. This is a first edition hardcover. Unfortunately, no dust jacket, so nothing to really show you on that one. And then I also have the original. I think this might have been the original cover for Carrie. Then I have this thin young reader's or writer's voice edition, Stephen King Carrie, super small. It's like an even more abbreviated edition of the book, even though Carrie is really small to begin with. And apologies, I have a bit of a cough. So, and then we have Carrie in French. I don't know how to say the name of the company, Jailu, but I love their French editions that they do. So I have Carrie in French. And then that'll bring us to the next one, which in this case is going to be Salem's Lot. Had to think in what order I had them. And so we've got several of Salem's Lot to go over. So let me go ahead and get that set up here. So, and I get this a lot. Why do you have so many of the same books? And the thing is, I'm a bit of a completionist. I like to have the different covers. And since King is my favorite author, I figure why not have a collection of all of his books with all of his covers. So I've been working on doing that for 30 some years now. So I think I've made some pretty good progress. I have 600 and some books in my collection, and you'll get to see them all, I guess. Start off with book club edition of Salem's Lot hardcover, the original one. Love this. Would love to actually get the regular hardcover of it. I believe it has the exact same picture on it, but unfortunately I have not come across one of those yet. That's the other thing. Almost 95% of my collection is all thrift stores and secondhand stores and online auctions. Also have this. I love the pop culture kind of artwork editions of his books. I believe there's one for Salem's Lot, The Shining, and Carrie I think also has one. I just kind of love that one. It's the bat. Look at that. Like how random. Then I have this one, which it's got the house on it. Kind of cool. Picture of him on the back. Very similar design to the Carrie book that I had. And then this one is for the new movie, the tie-in for the movie that's coming out. Now, they've pushed the movie back, but I don't believe they've canceled it. So fingers crossed, hopefully that does not happen. Then we have this cover for Salem's Lot. That's one of the best scenes in that movie, too. The kid floating out the window, that's the one everyone remembers. And then that brings us to the movie tie-in of Salem's Lot. And that's one of the things I love about the old books in the 80s, which had the movie tie-ins. They usually had pictures from the movie in the books as well. So I thought that was always fun. So I love those in my collection. Then we have this Salem's Lot. And then I have this cover. And there again, you're like, oh, but it's the same cover. Now, there's actually a third one that I want to get where there was a misprint where it's the same cover, but no Salem's Lot on it. But these are actually slightly different. One must be an older version because one has a retail price of $3.95 and the other one has a retail price of $3.50. So slight price increase over time. So I'm thinking second edition, maybe third edition. So that's why there's two of those with the same cover. But I am always looking for the one without the Salem's Lot print on it. Then, now this one is a true duplicate. These two, it's the smaller version of the same cover on the other one, but these are a true duplicate. But the reason I have two of them, this one is pristine and has never been opened. No one's cracked the spine. No one's ever actually opened it. This is more of a beat up reader's copy. So if I ever want to go back and reread it, this would probably be the one I would be reading it from. And that's most cases if I have an actual true duplicate, it's because one's a pristine copy and one's a reader's copy. Then we also have this version of Salem's Lot from the mid-90s. I love that with the vampire fangs. And I also have this one from, I want to say, the early 2000s. And then this one I think is kind of fun because I believe it's French as well. Yes, I believe this is French, but instead of calling it Salem's Lot, they just call it Salem. With a kind of scary, hairy person on the cover. So thought that's kind of cool. I like my foreign editions. And then the last book in this video is going to be The Last of the Holy Trinity. Probably one of the ones that a lot of people are more familiar with. I mean, Carrie's very well known, but The Shining, because of the Kubrick movie, even though the book is a little bit different. I still think that's cool that people are brought to the King universe based off of that book or that movie. And so that actually brings us to the movie tie-in of The Shining, which I love that cover, the bright yellow cover. And there again, pictures. Now, I don't want to open it all the way because this one's never been really opened. But yeah, you got pictures in there, which I love. That also brings us to this cover of The Shining. There again, 90s. Goes along with the Salem's Lot one. This is the same cover, except as you can see, one is a matte finish and one is a shiny foil finish. Unfortunately, the foil finish one, all the writing is written off of the back, so you can't read a thing, and you can kind of see how it's beat up in the front. I would love to get a better edition shiny one, but you know, I'm happy to have this in my collection. Then we have this Shining cover. This came out just around Dr. Sleep, so that was the movie tie-in addition to that. We have this Shining cover with Danny on the front. And then there again, a pristine edition and a reader's edition. So never been open and kind of in rough shape. So if I ever want to read it, I've got a reader's copy. And then these two. This is actually, these are kind of some of my favorite. They are the, oh, what is the name on this one? What is the publisher? It's a specific publisher who does these. They are, oh, anyway, I can't find it. But anyway, they're the British versions. Where you've got the shiny Stephen King in like kind of the foil metallic. They've got, usually have like a face or something on the cover. And so, you know, you'll see other ones. But yeah, I love that, this publisher and this line of books from I believe it's the 80s from the UK. So happy to have that one. And then again, you know, I love my French. So we've got The Shining, Le Fête Lumière in French. I'm pretty sure I butchered that because I don't speak French. But those are my books from the Holy Trinity. I really thank you all for watching, and I hope everyone is staying safe and keep reading.